Next on Worcester News Tonight, new details in the Molly Bish case and what investigators are now searching for. Plus, the New England Patriots alumni hosting a youth clinic here in central Massachusetts today. More from the football field. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Catherine Inrioli. An update on the 2000 disappearance of Warren lifeguard Molly Bish. Investigators are expected to search underground for a car possibly connected to her disappearance. This comes after a private investigator for the Bish family received tips about a car buried at a now closed campground in West Brookfield. The car could be similar to the one Molly's mother reported seeing the day her daughter disappeared. Molly was 16 when she went missing from Comans Pond in 2000. Her body was found 3 years later in Palmer, but no one has ever been charged in her death.
Dropped Molly off the day before she disappeared. There was a white car, and that white car was seen in the vicinity of Molly's, of the pond when Molly disappeared. So we've never found out who had that car or why they, didn't come forward or anything. I mean, it's been 17 years. You would think someone would say, you know what, let's rule this. Let's help these people rule this out.
And Heather Bish says she's hopeful there will be a break in the case and lead to justice for her sister. A report from an architectural firm offers a plan for Worcester's DCU Center. The Civic Center Commission got a peek at the report last week. The master plan would make upgrades to the DCU Center. Some of those enhancements being considered are added meeting rooms and creating a new facade to allow people to look out to the downtown area from the west side of the arena. The facility's general manager says these updates will keep the venue a popular place for big events.
So the city engaged Populous, a major architectural firm in the United States, to come in and do both a facility assessment of where we're currently at with the venues, as well as a vision plan of where the building can go in the next 10, 15, even 20 years. So the facility assessment side of it was looking at every possible aspect of the venue. The convention center is now 20 years old and the arena is 35 years old. So mechanical systems, fire suppression, life safety, they just looked top to bottom, every component.
The expansion of the east and west sides of the area would allow for the creation of an upper concourse level and also a mezzanine level. An international forum on radiation protection has set up a shop at Worcester Polytechnic Institute this week. The university is hosting the annual meeting of the International Organization for Standardization on Committee on Radiation Protection. It's the first time in a decade the United States has been selected as the event's host country. According to the National Council on Radiation Protection, the amount of radiation Americans are exposed to continues to grow each year.
Work in the radiation protection and safety world that has been accomplished in the United States, and we really hope to get through and really identify a lot of new core areas where we can seek to develop new standards to better promote safety.
And over a dozen countries will visit WPI and take place in the conference this week. A Blackstone man is indicted Tuesday for the murder of his 83-year-old father. According to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, 49-year-old Glenn Armstrong was indicted by a grand jury. He was arrested in January, one day after his father was found dead at the home they shared in Blackstone. Armstrong allegedly drove to New Jersey in his father's truck and was later arrested on a warrant after his vehicle ran out of gas. He will be arraigned in Worcester Superior Court on June 20th. We're hearing from the family of a 6-year-old Auburn boy who collapsed last month during recess. Max returned to Packagug Elementary School today with a warm welcome from dozens of his classmates, friends, and teachers. Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
6-year-old Max Galecki receives the ultimate welcome back to school ceremony Tuesday.
High fives, Max!
Auburn police officers and firefighters escorted the first grader to Packagug Elementary School.
Max left school in emergency vehicles, and they wanted to bring him back to school in the emergency vehicles.
On May 10th, Max collapsed outside on the playground. School nurse Carrie Cashman says she found him unresponsive. She administered CPR for about 2 minutes until first responders arrived.
It's a child, it's a baby, it's somebody's baby. So that runs through your head the whole time is, this is somebody's baby, and I have to make sure that this baby gets home to his family.
Max was rushed to the hospital. His mom, Monica, says he was in a medically induced coma for 4 days and had surgery. She says he was diagnosed with an irregular heartbeat.
He was a healthy boy before. He had a regular morning, regular week. All of a sudden, like to get a phone call like this, you know, and something to happen to his heart, it was totally unexpected.
The school and the Skolecki family wanted to honor the men and women who helped Max that day. The family calls them heroes.
The whole department is excited. This is the best outcome that we could have. Standing up there on stage next to Max, seeing him is great.
It is my job, and anything can happen anywhere. There's an emergency, and I just go out there and do what I have to do.
Max's family says he's received a lot of support, even a visit from firefighters during his recovery. They say they're thankful for everyone who helped save Max's life.
It's overwhelming. It's, I can't even explain, like the words don't even explain it, the feeling that we have. It's unbelievable.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
It's a situation that doesn't happen often, but first responders and medical personnel needed to prepare for it. That's an explosion of hazardous materials. And today, UMass Memorial Medical Center had a drill showing the realities of how this situation would play out. Olivia Lemon reports.
And there was an explosion, so there was lots of splash, inhalation, and exposure to chlorine.
It was only a drill at UMass Memorial Medical Center, but for registered nurse Gina Smith, it's a situation she needs to prepare for.
Hopefully we wouldn't see it. It's for us to be able to practice and review what our plans are.
Tuesday's decontamination drill involves an explosion of chlorine storage containers at a Worcester warehouse. Medical staff and Worcester firefighters suited up outside, waiting for patients to arrive.
If there was a chemical or biological attack, this is a good practice for that.
A large shower is set up for patients to wash away any hazardous materials off of their skin. If patients are unable to go through by themselves, someone in a hazmat suit will assist them.
Well, the first tent is where they take off their dirty clothes, soiled clothes. The second tent is where the water comes in, they shower. And the third tent is basically where they dress back up.
The key is you don't want to disrupt the skin integrity and then get the hazardous material in the skin.
Smith says water and gentle soap are generally the only things used to wash hazardous materials off of a patient's skin.
It's all about water, diluting and water.
These types of drills are done about once a year at UMass, Smith says, to prepare staff for any type of situation they may encounter.
We just don't want people to panic and to be nervous, and hopefully they'll find some comfort to know that we actually practice this and so that we're ready if the event should happen.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Local kids hitting the gridiron Tuesday as part of the Patriots alumni football camp. Young athletes were able to throw the ball around and take part in drills at each position with former New England Patriots. The clinic was free and part of the New England Patriots Play 60 initiative, which encourages kids to exercise and be healthy. Alumni Club President Pete Brock says he's happy to give back to the kids and the community.
The kids have an opportunity to hear one of the alumni give a life lesson testimony. You know, it's one thing to learn the drills and skills related to, but those testimonies tend to focus on quality, on qualifications, on character, and those type of things.
And Tuesday's camp is the 9th of 25 across New England. This one was the only one taking place here in central Massachusetts.